Hey guys, Asher coming at you today, Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video, guys. We have another champion guide on the way today. This time on good old Leorius the Proud, Skinwalker, Void Affinity, NUKER. But first, a few shoutouts to you guys. We have Darren, we have Andrew, we have 10 Cappy looking for a Leo guide out there. Dream shout out, Echo shout out, or Akko shout out. Last name, making video games great again. Oko again looking for some Leo the Proud. A lot of you guys putting in requests for this amazing nuker, and maybe more than meets the eye on this champion as well. So what do you say? Let's go ahead and dive into this champion's kit and what makes him so incredibly good. So guys, in a game with a lot of nukers, Leo definitely stands aside from the rest. I'm not saying he's overall the best, although you could certainly make an argument. A lot of people put him as a top 5 nuker inside the entire game, specifically in the arena. Although I will say this champion has a lot of utility, both in PvE and in PvP environments. He's really a beautiful crossover who's an elite S-tier PvP nuker who can also help you out in almost everywhere you need a damage dealer, whether it be waves or against bosses. So let's jump into his kit here. First of all, I mean, the big tiger, lion, excuse me, he looks awesome, right? He really does look awesome. I think he was introduced to the game around the same time, if not the same exact update that Tamisha was introduced. So they have like the same aesthetic kind of added to the Skinwalker faction. Overall, like just really, really badass looking big lion here in Leo, right? On his base stats, 1409, nothing too crazy in terms of the attack. It's not that high. It's not that low. He's, you know, pretty squishy with a defense below 1,000. His HP is decent at 18.5k for a damage dealer. His speed is decent too at 106. On his A1, Lion's Twin Claws attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit 60% chance of placing the big version of decreased defense. The fact that it's 60% is not, you know, ideal, but the fact that it happens on each hit makes it a very reliable decreased defense on the A1. Big version, great against bosses. That makes him immediately really good on ally attack teams, counter attack teams as well. Damage increases by 20% if the target has less than 60% HP. Great. On the A2, this is really one of the abilities that we use it for sure, but the passive effect is what makes his kit so unbelievably incredible. Attacks all enemies 2 times on a 3-turn cooldown. This ability can smack. The passive effect, though, this champion's immune to stun, freeze, sleep, provoke, fear, true fear, and petrification when this skill is not on cooldown. That's really powerful. It'd be one thing. It would already be powerful if he's immune to like stun, freeze, and sleep, right? Which are kind of like tier 1 or fear, you know, included. Kind of like tier 1 CC abilities. But the fact that provoke and petrification are in there as well, true fear, I mean, it's an incredibly powerful ability. It really is. You shouldn't even necessarily, it is tied to the ability, obviously, but just looking at this ability on a champion in general, as long as this skill is not on cooldown, he's just immune to all CC. That's really strong, really strong. On the A3, Awesome Roar. This is his hard hitter in his kit. It's an AoE attack. He has a 100% chance of placing a True Fear for 1 turn. Keep in mind, True Fear is a 50% chance of them losing their turn and putting the skill that they were going to use on cooldown as well, right? So it's a really good, obviously it's better than Fear where it doesn't go on cooldown. It's a really good ability. Before attacking, has a 100% chance of placing a weaken on all enemies for 2 turns. Now we're debuffing with a 25% weaken. And he's also, for PvE context, he's bringing the big version of decreased defense as well. So now he has both weaken and decreased defense, and it happens before he attacks too. So you're really maximizing your damage on this dude. On his passive, we're not done yet. True Grit. Decent movie. We have a 4-turn cooldown. Instantly places an unkillable in this champion for 1 turn before receiving a fatal hit. Kind of like a Grazer Iron Gut. Kind of like a Skull Crown type passive. Keeps him alive. Passive effect. Damage increases as this champion's HP decreases by 1% for every 1% of HP lost. The reason this is beautiful is because obviously if he's unkillable, he's sitting at 1 HP. That gives him a 99% damage boost. So let's say the other team goes first in the arena. Let's say they stun everybody, right? Well, he can't be stunned, so he's not CC'd. But let's pretend he has no health left, right? Let's pretend, I don't know, Astrolon hit him with the A3, right? He's sitting at 1 HP. He's unkillable. He's not dead. And his damage is going to be just skyrocketing. Plus, you have the weaken. Plus, you have the true fear. You can already see this kit is just really built differently compared to a lot of other nukers out there in the game, right? One of the best. Hellhades.com gives him a 4.5 overall rating. They give him a clan boss 5 out of 5. Of course, he's bringing both debuffs and being a damage dealer, right? And he can't be stunned. Doom Tower, waves, 5 out of 5. One of the best wave killers out there in the game. And again, you don't have to worry about the Torments and whatever CC you might be running up against. Spider, 4.5. Fire Knight, 4. Dragon, 4.5. Ice Golem, 5. Again, the unkillable really helps. The fact that he can't be frozen really helps. Spider Hard, 4 out of 5. I don't necessarily consider him, you know, a go-to on Spider Hard, but you could use him if you wanted to. And then what else we have? Eternal Dragon, 4.5. Frost Spider, a 4. 4.5 maybe even. Dark Fae, 4.5, 5. Dark Celestial Griffin, 4.5 as well. There can be a good debuffer on ally attack teams against Eternal Dragon and Celestial Griffin. His multipliers are 1.65 times 2 on the A1. He has a 2 attack times 2 on the A2, so essentially a 4 multiplier there. And then a 3.85 on the A3. Keep in mind, he's placing that weekend ahead of time really helps the damage, let alone the true grit can get extra oomph out of those nukes as well. Let me go ahead and show you how I built this guy here. It's not going to be a shocker to any of you guys, right? I put him in PvP-ish build, right? Savage and Cruel. This is how you're going to get the most damage out of this dude in PvP environments in the arena, but at the same time, you're still going to get a ton of damage against anywhere else you want to use this dude, right? So we went Savage to ignore 25% of enemy defense, and then we get an extra 5% off the Cruel gear. We also get that nice, juicy plus 15% bonus off of the 2-piece Cruel. We have attack on the ring. We have crit damage on the amulet. We have accuracy on the banner. However, you can go attack on the banner, right? Just depending on how much damage you want versus making sure you can land all those debuffs. I will say that not building this champion with at least, for the end game, at least 300 accuracy, you're really leaving a lot off the table, right? So I would encourage you guys to at least build him to the point where you can land all his debuffs in a PvP, like wave environment, Doom Tower waves, etc. Because again, you're looking at the weaken, you're looking at the true fear. There's a lot that you're giving up if you just want to go damage on this dude. So I would encourage you guys, find that accuracy, whether that means swapping out the Cruel for a perception set, or whether that means swapping out the accuracy, or excuse me, the attack banner for an accuracy banner like I have in this build. I have speed on the boots. I have attack percentage on the chest. I have crit damage on the gauntlets, okay? My middle row is actually pretty good. You know, the chest is all right, but the boots, of course, and of course, these gauntlets are really good. Top row, you know, it's decent gear. It's not the best on my account or anything like that. Tried to find enough speed as to where he wouldn't be super slow at the same time. I went with Soul Reap as a blessing after the blessing rework. Of course, we get all the stats now, so you know, not a lot to kind of consider there. The other way I would consider, is of course going with Crushing Rend, right? First hit of each round ignores a percentage of the target's defense, especially in PvP. I would go Crushing Rend. Of course, if you wanted to use him in like a Fire Knight team, you could go Phantom Touch as well against bosses. So those are some blessing considerations. I'm sure there's others too that you guys could consider as well. But guys, here are the masteries. This is an old mastery build, but I don't think I need to change anything here for you guys. I went down, I picked up Helm Smasher most importantly. I have, Bring It Down. I have Ruthless Ambush. I have, I have Opportunist on him. You could go Cycle of Violence instead. I do have the support masteries for extra accuracy. I think instead of Lore of Steel here on this build that we're using right now, I would probably just go with Evil Eye instead, I did pick up Sniper to increase the chance at landing that decreased defense on his A1 ability. Of course, you can benefit as well from Master Hexer. As a matter of fact, I think that having Master Hexer would be more important than having Stoke to Fury on this build. So a little nitpicky here, it's not the end of the world the way that we have him built right now, but the benefit is extending that weekend is going to be really valuable on Master Hexer as well. Let's go ahead and just take a quick look just for another, just because I'm not incredibly happy with those. Let's see what they recommend on hellhades.com. They recommend coming down on the defense tree, picking up retribution and deterrence on the defensive side of things. That's absolutely fine as well. Let's see what else they recommend. NUKER Masteries, very similar to what we have here. As I mentioned, they kind of made that change as we were going through our Masteries. All right, guys, let's go ahead and take him into battle. What do you say? Obviously, lethal gear works fine on him as well. Triple cruel works fine on him as well, especially for PvE if you're not going to use him in the arena. But why wouldn't you use this guy in the arena? All right, guys, jumping into the arena here, we have just a kind of a go first team. I don't have a reviver here because I'm running Shuzen the Valorous instead of an Arbiter. I'm still not sure who I like the most. You know, I like running them together, but I love the revive on Arbiter. So when I run Shuzen the Valorous, I like to run the same thing with Lysandra, right? If I was running a Lysandra as my main kind of speed vehicle, I like running Lydia as my debuffer because she gives us at least an opportunity to revive vis-a-vis denying revival. And this is a perfect case because we're going against Sun Wukong, who dies all the time, right? So I also, lately, I've come back around on running a lot of what's-his-face, Hegemon. Anyway, I digress. Let's give it to Leo here and just smack with that A3. Boom. We always want to open with the A3 because, well, not always, but 99% of the time, because not only are we landing the weekend, but we're also keeping his A2 off cooldown so he can't be CC'd. So again, this time we come in Hegemon, man. He's just putting in work. This is why I've moved to Hegemon, right? Not in live arena because it's too easy to kind of plan around. You can use him as a last pick to kind of, you know, oh, Leo on Leo. Let's do this right here. But anyway, I love that pairing. I love having Lydia on the team as well. And man, I feel like we got to take Hegemon out here, guys. What about you? He's kind of stealing the show from our guy, Leo. So they have a unkillable Inquisitor Shamil and an killable, Leo as well. So we're going to have to deal with their Leo with all of that extra damage because he's at 0 HP. So let's see if we can withstand their Leo. Oh, he has block active skills because of Hegemon. So we're good. But yeah, in this situation, this is why Leo is so dangerous, right? You're not going to see it, but you're going to understand what I'm talking about because he was sitting there at 0 HP, at 1 HP, whatever. And had he gone, we would have been in big trouble, right? We could have all been smoked, except for our Leo. So I think we actually probably would have been okay, right? So again, we go in there. They have Orcish rituals on what's-his-face. So, oh, look at this. We're kind of in the same situation as the opponent was last time, aren't we, guys? Because Leo, he's sitting there at 0 HP, but he is stunned. Wait a second. How is he stunned? Did he use his A2 and I didn't notice it, guys? I don't know. Let's see. Oh, they don't have a reviver left, so we can't deny the revival. Oh, what a catastrophe. I don't think Lydia... Well, she might have been able to actually beat that. I should have let it go there. I should have let it go. Let's try to find another example here. Let's go into this team here. I'm going to take out, if you don't have a Hegemon, but you want to run a team like this, let me just switch it up a little bit. I'll put an Arbiter, and I'll keep Lydia in there. I'll put an Arbiter. Ooh, he just smacks. You know? I'll put in an Arbiter, and I'll put in, let's see, who else? Like, I don't know, like UDK. It's weird because it's a flex spot. You can put anything you want in there, right? Which is why I love the versatility that just these two champions lend to. And I can make it go second team. I can make a go first team, which would obviously be a little bit more, I don't know, popular, I would say. But we'll put Arbiter and then we'll put like UDK. Now, why am I putting a slow UDK on a go first team? Well, just in case I don't go first or in case they have Stone Skin, I just can't kill them fast enough. Like this team, I might not win. I mean, this is a really stacked team that we're going against here. But at least I have some UDK to eat like the A3 ability from Cupidus, for example, or the A2 from Harima. So we're going to go in there. We're going to go in, and again, we're just going to nuke them down. We take care of both of their nukers. The problem is they have 2 revivers, so I need to land the block skills here, and she resists the block act. Oh, come on, man. I should have saved the A2 from Arbiter come in and reduce the veil, but Let's just go in with UDK's A2 instead. And I don't know. Now we're in a little bit of a danger zone here. We're going to be hit. I'm going to go in with the A2. Boom. At least we take down Cupidus, but we didn't take down Harima. The good news here is that I think I can probably speed boost, but I want to try to play it safe, see if I can... Oh! All right, killer. Finisher. Come on, man. Dude, that was baloney. That was a bunch of baloney. All right. We only have our A1 available right now. Let's see. Siffy's Revival's up next, so let's try to kill Siffy with the A1, and we do. Nice job. Let's come in here. They both have block debuffs. I'm just going to poke at Duchess here. Let's just get some heals, a little bit of shield on our team. I'm going to take a chance here and turn meter boost and kill my Revival. She does still have block debuffs, but I'm just going to go for it anyway. I don't really have that much of a choice. I'm one turn away from the big boy nukes. Let's just go in. Can we finish? Oh, we took her down, guys. Big nuke came in from Harima. We knew it was going to come in, but we have Leo sitting at 0 HP. He is provoked, but he will still get that extra damage. So let's see if he can go in there and finish things right now with the A1. Oops. That's okay. Yeah, easy. Easy. So there it is, guys. I felt like that was the best battle showcase of why Leo is so dang good. Why that team can be, frankly, pretty formidable, a team like that, right? I don't know. I mean, PvE, I thought about a billion things to show you guys. I could show you this. I could show you, a secret room. I'll just show you a secret room. I mean, this dude tears up waves like you wouldn't believe. So let's try to pick a team that's not that pay to win, right? Let's put a Kemptum in there. Let's put Leo Arbiter. Why not, right? So this is rank 6 Void champions only on this team. And again, I guess he and Kemptum are going to be our main damage dealers there. I love a Kemptum, man, with all of that damage. He goes in there with you can see the True Fear on everybody right now. It's just great control, in addition to an already just a really good kit, And then to give him that great control ability like that, it's just so powerful. He goes in with the A2 there. Probably could have, saved that for the next round because we're not going to get another turn here, unfortunately. So we're going to have 2 turns left on the cooldowns of the A3 and the A2. So this second wave will take a little bit longer. But, and what you can do too, I should probably mention, is you can go in there on team setup if you're worried about it and just not use his A2. Now, when would I do that? Basically against like wave content that I'm just going against endless hegemons and well, hegemon actually won't save you because blocked active skills was not one of the few, control abilities that was not listed there. But, if I'm going against like a bunch of Torments, a bunch of freeze champions, I might just go in there and on that particular wave, just, have him not use the A2 ability so we can keep it off cooldown. Therefore, we won't be able to be CC'd. How you can kind of manufacture that so you can still use the A2 in your team setup is in the previous round to where you don't want him to be CC'd, you can open with the A2 and then not use it again, then shut it down after that. Usually that's enough to put it back off cooldown by the time that you get to the next wave. So there he goes, doing some more damage there. Here's a Torment, right? So perfect, showcase here. Although I will say, I'm not sure if he has it off cooldown or not. Kind of lost track here. It seems like it is on cooldown. But let's see. So we go in. I think he just used on the last wave. He just used his A3, I believe, right? Let's see what he does here. Okay. So he does go in with the Prince of Pride. See, ideally, I don't think we want him to do that because, he's going to be frozen here. So again, he was about to die there. He does get his True Grit passive. Gives an opportunity for Arbiter to come in there and give him a nice heal as well. Hopefully we can get a shield and a cleanse because I do not like the fact that he has decreased defense and decreased attack. Mithrala, can you save him? Can you help him out right now, please? Nice job there on Death's Hold. She had the A2. All right, he should have an AoE nuke coming up, though. Let's see what he does. His A3, Awesome Roar? No. All right, but we do take down Krutraxa at least, which was their biggest threat from a damage dealing standpoint. There we go. We get the cleanse. We get the shield. Now, there he goes. Boom. Hard hitting. He'll end it on his, well, he got frozen. But that's what I was talking about, right? We can go in there and we can mitigate that freeze just by our team setup. So guys, congratulations on Leo. If you just pulled him and you're watching this video, you have your hands on one of the best nukers, damage dealers, debuffers out there in the game. Truthfully, you don't have to worry about affinities because he's void, you know. There he goes damage-wise. You know, Akemtim really hanging in there as well, but definitely a great damage dealer and just a unique kit, which is, you know, what we really want from these damage dealers. They get to be the sense that they're kind of they all kind of bleed together. They all kind of do the same thing. Not in Leo's case. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and as always, take care.